right, everyone, welcome back. We're in Talkeetna, Alaska. We're going to be finishing this last leg up to Papa Alpha, India, November, which is Denali National Park. About an hour flight. I'll try to be quiet for most of it, and we're going to get going because I don't want this to take any longer than possible. We're back in the Cub, in large part because it's faster than the 170. Taking off to the north, so we'll basically be on course as soon as we head out of here. Got the lights up. We're flying, oh gosh, I'm going to say it's about 6 p.m. Local time up here, 6:30 I think p.m. So it's sun's going down, but it's not down yet. Obviously it is, let's see here, what, October right now. So the sun is setting earlier, but it's not quite down yet, like I said. And yeah, we'll fly up this valley here, kind of work our way to the north, and hopefully within about an hour we'll be there. Flaps coming up. This will be our last leg of our Alaska flying. So like I said, sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. I'll try to keep it smooth for you. And hopefully we'll be able to take a look at some of the sights. see power lines. So I've seen some highlights from Flight Sim 2024, and one of the big things that they've talked about is the improvement in terrain, specifically where you see like cliffs and edges of terrain kind of dropping off rapidly. And it looks like they've got a lot more variation in what you will be able to see from the airplane. So I'm really looking forward to that. And in addition, they've talked about the terrain textures having been improved considerably from Flight Sim 2020, where it's basically a flat mesh world with what would you say here, a texture overlay without it being actually simulated rock, gravel, grass type of environments underneath. So the end result is you can essentially take this airplane and land it anywhere as long as you don't impact something that is listed as being a catastrophic failure for the airframe, such as hitting a tree or hitting a house or building, etc. So I'm really going to be curious to see here in November if there's been a drastic improvement regarding the terrain. And I can imagine coming back up here, we probably won't recreate this exact flight, as I have no interest at all in taking enough time to actually recreate one of these flights just like this. But I do think it would be worthwhile to come back up here and take a look and then compare some of these key points from, say, this flight. Looking out the window here, the lighting is still beautiful in Flight Sim 2020. And the terrain that you have on the mountains and the peaks that are out there in the distance is really, really good. So I'd like to see that and then see some of this again in comparison, specifically with the valleys that were over here to our right, and the cliff faces that were surrounding them. So I see a video in the future here that's going to be a nice comparison between these two things, and I think this is a great location. Here, maybe the Grand Canyon are probably the best locations you're going to find in order to really feel a difference in what the terrain looks like. All right, back to quietness. interchange. I think the traffic volume might be a little much. Sky over there. crazy downdraft there. Okay, so I'm just going to say this. This has been looking absolutely phenomenal. I've tried to be quiet just for the sake of being quiet here, but it looks absolutely stunning. This route has been amazing, and there should be some comments about that as we kind of have passed through it a few times. And as you guys have watched, so you should have seen me say a few times, wow, that's gorgeous. But if you guys haven't played this in VR, and I'd really be curious to see what a Quest 3 looks like here. Like I said, I'm only running this one on 3080 in my Quest 2. And yeah, I know that if I had something like a 4090, even a 4080 Super running on the Quest 2 or the Quest 3, I'd probably be looking at a whole world of graphics difference. But the amount of immersion that you get just looking out the window, the size and the scope of the mountains, having stereoscopic vision so you're able to see what the depth is, what the height is, and really feel as if you've, I don't say that you've immersed yourself in the world, but that you've kind of put it on. It's rather impressive. So it's cool. This has been a great flight. The terrain has been absolutely gorgeous. I decided not to climb above the terrain here and fly directly over it. I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to just kind of work your way down the valleys a little bit. Just kind of been peeking and guessing and hoping that I'm going down the correct ones. And if I wasn't, I would have just pulled over to one side of the valley, climbed up as I made a big U-turn and got out of there. But thus far, everything's been really good. We'll see kind of what it looks like. I'm not sure what to expect when we get to Payne, Papa Alpha, India, November. So that will be a little bit different once we get there. Like I said, we're close. We're 10 miles out, which is really the only reason I started talking again, because this has been really, like I said, just a fantastic flight and a way to cap off Alaska. This is good. This is solid. So I highly recommend this one. Trying to work from that terrain a little bit more. Make the system a little happier. Don't believe the ground proximity warning system enjoys us flying quite this close to the rising terrain that comes up ahead of us here. So it's been giving us some funky warnings been going on, so all right, we'll do the rest ourselves. I've been fighting a bunch of there's been a lot of updrafts and downdrafts coming associated with the sides of these hills here, so the autopilot's been kind of working overtime on some of that. Work ourselves back around to the left here, head a little bit further north. So during that entire flight, we had the Denali National Forest off to our left. You can see the peaks out there, and the big snow-capped mountains. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous terrain. Can't wait to do this one here in real life, or get up this way in real life. This will be fantastic. And then, of course, like I said, we just kind of worked our way around some of the terrain that we were flying over and through. I decided not to go ahead and climb above it, so we just kind of worked our way through the terrain. And down a few of the valleys, and here we are as we approach Papa Alpha, India, in November. And that's going to conclude Alaska. So next up will be Arizona. I'm not sure what we've got in store for Arizona yet. I'll have to look it up and throw that into the ChatGPT prompt, see what we can find. Hopefully find something that is going to be appealing. I imagine we will. I'll be I won't be surprised. Let's get this pointing in the correct direction. And I will not be surprised if it involves the Grand Canyon, as that would make a lot of sense to me. All right, let's try to pull that out there. Oh, come on, it's Carpete. Come on, there we go, beautiful. All right, I see our airport. Power's coming out. Mixture's gonna go up. Sorry if anyone gets a little bit sick here, because I know, like I said, the wind has been kind of just bouncing us all over the place. Our turbulence has been kind of rough on this leg, and enough so that I even noticed it. This is a little bit higher terrain over here. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot a little bit to the west. Work down this valley over here as we come back around towards the airfield. We'll do an overfly, see if we can catch the windsock, and make our determination as to what direction we want to land in. So there's no love on a windsock. Doing about 100 knots. We've got a little bit of a tailwind, so we'll go ahead and land the opposite direction here. I think we took off to the north earlier, so we'll come back around though. We'll just land here. Go a little bit to the south, kind of on an extended funky downwind. Wonder who put that tree on the runway. Okay, we're over the tree. Yeah, looks like we picked the right direction there. There's finally a windsock. Terrain was kind of funky there. Alright, we got a guy. And we've got an ominous light up ahead. Alright, and looks like we're going straight ahead, a little bit left. Try to add a little bit of power here. I guess we're not there yet. Alright. Well, like I said, that concludes our Alaska journey. Thank you guys for watching. Happy simming. And check back in for Arizona. Look forward to that one. That should be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys soon.